guys, happy Monday. Good to see you. I'm so excited to be here. Look at this little fountain. Isn't it cute? I didn't even know I had a little fountain, but I do. So I'm super excited to be here. It's a Monday. It's a mental wellness Monday. And today I just want to remind you, because I know you know, I just want to remind you how important it is to experience happiness and how so much of our happiness we're in control of. So first, I want to share with you 4 myths. Myth number 1, money makes you happy. Okay, let's be real. Money absolutely helps. Absolutely helps. But the research shows that if you just have enough money that you are comfortable, that the rest of that money doesn't really lead to happiness. And I know you guys know about the research that shows about lottery winners and what happens. Don't you love my shirt? I love my shirt. Number 2 is that some people are just naturally happy. That's not true. I mean, that is true. But that's only about 40% of people. Only 40% of people are naturally happy. 10% are, or 50% of people are naturally happy. Go for them. That's just, they got it built in their genes and they can just do it no matter what. 10% it's about circumstances. But 40% of your happiness is totally dependent upon you choosing it. And then number 3 is you got to be in a relationship to be happy. You guys, you don't. You know, maybe it's happened to you. I know it's happened to me. I've been in a relationship and that relationship was not cute. Whether it was a friend, whether it was a significant other, it just didn't work. And in fact, it made things harder for me. You know, put in a comment in the chat if you've ever had a relationship, whether it was an intimate partner, a family member, whoever, and your life got worse being in relationship with them than you were. You were less happy rather than more happy. And I love what Jan Van Zant says. When you see crazy coming, get to the other side of the road, because you know what? It's coming. So those are myths about happiness. But you know what does help you is to be grateful and to be thankful. And so I want to challenge you all this week to do something that's going to increase your happiness of not only you, but someone else. But let's be real, I'm really worried about you. So here's the challenge I give you. And I want you to put in the comments, challenge accepted, if you're willing to do this. And then I want you to post and tell me how it went, because I'm going to do the same thing. So I read this research that showed one of the ways to increase our happiness is, in fact, to tell somebody that has made a difference for us that they have. So just tell the person. You don't have to tell them in person. You can write them, email them, text them. Who's that person that's really made a significant impact on your life? And share it with them, what they've done. So let me tell you what I did. So when I was in junior high school, I always tell this story about Mrs. Weber, who was my school counselor. She was just like the most amazing woman in the whole world. I am literally who I am today in part to Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Weber celebrated me. She helped me to do amazing things. She put me on stages. I remember when I was going to schedule a minor insurrection at my junior high school. And so I decided that I was upset about something. So I was going to get all these people on the 9th grade quad, because in my junior high school, it went 7th, 8th, and 9th. I was going to get them on the 9th grade quad, and we were not going to class because you know what? I can't even remember what I was upset about, but I was upset. And so all my friends are there, and we're like, yeah, you know, they need to do better. I went to school in the 70s, and we were always doing insurrections and things. Okay, we'll just leave it there. It was the 70s. That's what you did in the 70s. Actually, it was in the 60s. Or yeah, the late 60s, early 70s. So I scheduled this insurrection. We were all on the ninth grade lawn. We're all out there. We're ready, right? And then the bell rings. And before you know it, one by one, people start leaving. And I'm like, what the heck? Where is everybody? They were fired up for this. We were going to do a standoff. We weren't going back to class. We needed to get our needs met. And one by one, people started going back to class. And I remember I just was sitting there going, holy smokes. And all of a sudden, I'm there all alone. All alone. I'm all alone. And I'm just sitting there on a table on the ninth grade lawn, having an insurrection of one. And I can remember Mrs. Weber, who is so amazing, came up to me and said, she puts her arm around me, and she's like, so, Sidra, how's it going? And I'm like, not real great, Mrs. Weber. And she goes, it didn't quite work out like you planned. And she was so sweet. And I said, no, Mrs. Weber. Everybody went to class. And she's like, do you want to come into my office and get hot chocolate? And I'm like, yeah, that would be cool, Mrs. Weber. And because she wanted me to save face. Like, so she takes me in the office and we have hot chocolate. And then I went to class the next time. And I gave up my my future career as an insurrection person. But I love Mrs. Weber. But I don't know where she is. Okay, let's be real. That was 40-something years ago. How old am I? That's 50 years ago almost. So guess what I did? I started searching Judy Weber, Arroyo Seco, because that's where I went to school. And you guys, she has a LinkedIn profile. I went on that LinkedIn profile and I told her in 300 characters, because that's all I had, how much she meant to me and what a difference she made. And you know what? I hit send. Do I know if Mrs. Weber is going to get it? I don't have a clue. But you know what? It brought my heart joy just to acknowledge her, because in all these years, I've told everybody how amazing Mrs. Weber is, but I never told Mrs. Weber. So you can do the same thing. Now, I'm not saying you got to call your high school or your junior high school counselor, but who can you touch with? And I saw somebody in the comments said the challenge accepted. I want you to reach out, if not today, this week, and you can always come back and tell me, who did you reach out to and say thank you? Maybe they helped you with a loan. Maybe they gave you a hug when they needed you. Or maybe they were like Mrs. Weber. When I was trying to have a little mini riot on my junior high campus, she helped me save face and gave me hot chocolate. So I cannot wait to hear. I'm actually going to post after this live in these comments. I'm going to post the note that I sent Mrs. Weber, because I want you to know I'm 100. I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope it was useful. Remember, the research shows that 40% of your happiness is dependent on the actions that you and I take every single day. And you guys, we can do this. So I cannot wait to see. You don't have to tell me the whole story, but I can't wait for you to post in the comments and tell me, who did you thank and who's made a difference in your life? So enjoy your Monday. I hope you're having a great day. And please don't ever forget that you deserve happiness now. See you later, everybody. Post your success.